Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Obviously, with the COVID global pandemic, dating has really taken a back seat in the lives of singles, and for good reason. Dating is not only inconvenient right now, but also not safe. That doesn't mean that you can't date at all though. So in this video, we'll be discussing the positive and negative side of dating during COVID and how to go about it in the best possible way. Before we get started, just a quick reminder to please like, subscribe, comment, and share if you find this video helpful and would like to see more. As a new YouTuber, I really do appreciate the support. Okay, so let's get started with the positive. This is actually a great time for us all to do some deep thinking about what we really want and what we really need in a serious relationship. With all of this alone time, we really have no excuses not to do some deep thinking and some self-reflection, so we might as well. We should all be doing some self-reflection on our past relationships and what were our shortcomings in those. And also, it's a great time to do some reading. Reading relationship books, mindful relationship books especially, is a wonderful idea to level yourself up in what you expect from others and also what you expect from yourself. One book in particular that I highly recommend is called Mindful Relationship Habits by S.J. Scott and Barry Davenport. In fact, I think this book was one of my favorite reads from 2020. I really did enjoy reading this book, and it has a lot of really wonderful, helpful information in it. So I highly recommend Mindful Relationship Habits. So after you've done some reading and after you've done some self-reflection on yourself and your history with your partners and what you're looking for, what you want, what you need, we're going to write down 3 things. First, you're going to make a list of the qualities you are looking for in a partner. The qualities that really matter to you. 2, you're going to write down your own shortcomings and what you need to improve in yourself to be a better partner. 3rd, you're going to write down what are your absolute deal breakers in a relationship. What are the things you know for a fact you cannot tolerate in a partnership? Now, these can be really small and seem kind of silly, or they can be much larger, big picture, serious stuff. This is completely up to you, and it all depends what is most important to you. Putting yourself first so you can feel emotionally, physically, and spiritually safe and secure in a relationship is crucial. And you really need these things anyways if you want it to work out in the end, so you might as well write them down and figure out exactly what they are. So essentially during COVID, this is a great opportunity for you to really dive in, dig deep, and figure out what is really important to you, what makes you tick, what are your deal breakers, get to know yourself a little better, and do some self-reflection. When you figure out what you really want and what you really need, you are setting yourself up for success in the future when you do find a partner. Okay, now let's move on to the negative side of dating during COVID. Now, this might seem kind of obvious. A lot of people are really scared to risk exposure right now, which is totally understandable. But you really don't have to take that risk, as I will explain later in the video. So a lot of people are experiencing great difficulties right now in the form of financial instability, depression, anxiety, job insecurity. And of course, when you're going through a difficult time, this causes a lack of confidence and general disinterest in dating. And especially for men, feeling insecure in finances and career is a huge blow to their confidence and their ego. So a lot of men right now aren't even thinking about dating as much as women. So many men may not even think about getting back into dating until their lives have kind of stabilized and normalized a little bit, reigniting their confidence and curiosity. Now, of course, women are also experiencing these same things. But for men, it honestly is an even greater deterrent for them to date when they are feeling insecure, financially unstable, because it's a fact they are genetically predisposed to want to hunt and provide and protect. So if they don't feel capable of doing those things, it's a huge turnoff for them to even want to go out looking for a mate. And that's just the way it is. That's just biology. Obviously, it really does suck that we can't just freely go out on a typical dinner date like we used to be able to do. We can't go out much, period. Depending where you're located, some places are more open than others, but I'll just assume that we're talking about a location such as my own. There is no dining in right now where I'm located, so I'm just assuming that that's how it is. So yeah, it sucks that we can't just go out. We can't just go out to dinner. We can't go out to movies. Everything's changed. So even just like your typical dinner date, it's not really an option right now. So if COVID poses these very real logistical challenges and serious health concerns, how do we go about dating? How do we go about dating during COVID? Essentially, clear and open communication will be absolutely mandatory for any of this to work. And if you thought communication was important before COVID, well, yeah, let's just say now your life may even depend on it. So think about that. And in addition to open communication, you want to keep your expectations realistic. Keep your mindset in a place where you're not necessarily expecting anything that will seem like more than a long-distance relationship. And guess what? This is a time to harness your social media for good. I'm sorry guys, but video dates are now being normalized. I know this doesn't sound as fun. I know this is a letdown, but you just have to get over it because this is our reality right now. So get yourself on social media. Download a couple of different dating apps. Join a couple of different Facebook groups. And of course, the apps you choose to use can say a lot in itself. So really consider, are you feeling more casual about this or are you feeling more serious? Or both. There's nothing wrong with downloading 2 or 3 apps and experimenting with those. I would not recommend more than 3 apps though, because that starts to get a little bit crazy. So let's say you're on an app or you're on Facebook, you have some good messaging back and forth. Once you feel comfortable, then you can share your phone number. Definitely don't share your phone number until you feel comfortable doing so. Then once you've shared your number, you have some good texting back and forth, get to know the person a little bit. Now this is really important. Don't carry on texting for too long. That can ruin everything, honestly. If you carry on texting for too long without leveling up any kind of effort, one person is definitely going to lose interest. So I'd say within the first week of successful texting, you're going to want to level things up. And you do that by suggesting either a phone call or a video call. If the other person doesn't sound interested in either, then give it a little bit more time, continue texting, because that person might just want to start to feel a little more comfortable talking to you and get to know you a little bit better. But after another week or so of texting, you definitely want to go for it again and suggest either a phone call or a video call. Then if they still do not sound interested, I guarantee you it is going nowhere. And that person is just looking for attention and validation. Get out. So don't waste any more time, cut your losses, say goodbye politely, but say goodbye and delete the number. If you're not sure what to say, just say something like, I don't really see this going anywhere, but I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck. Then delete their number. So let's say you do have a phone call or a video chat and things are going really well. The next step would be to plan an actual meeting in person. And this is where the communication comes in. You really need to be open about asking the other person what they're comfortable with and how would they like to go about meeting in person. You're definitely going to want to keep the meeting outdoors. Here in California, that is pretty easy to do. So depending where you live, I'm not so sure. But anywhere that is open, or ideally meet somewhere outdoors. And ask that person if they're going to be wearing their mask what are their thoughts on masks and what are they comfortable with. And it's just important that there's a very clear understanding on both sides about what the expectations are for the meeting or date. You just want to make sure that you both come to an agreement about what the expectations are. So you have a great time together, you both wear your masks, you have great conversation, you get coffee, or you go on a walk, you go visit a dog park or a duck pond or whatever. So you have a great time together. Moving on from there, what really matters is staying open and communicating about what you're both comfortable with, and as long as you have those discussions, you should be fine moving forward, and it really is up to the two of you from that point moving forward. You do want to have a talk about ensuring that neither of you are continuing to date and see other people. That could get pretty tricky, and it's just an unnecessary risk. So you definitely want to make sure that you are seeing each other exclusively, even if you're the type who is open to open relationships. This isn't the time for that. So you want to be seeing each other exclusively and taking things slow and maintaining the open communication to ensure that both parties are feeling very comfortable and safe. So let's say things don't go well. Same as I said before, you want to end things quickly, concisely, yet politely. There's no honor in leading someone on, and you're wasting both of y'all's time anyway, so you just end it and delete the number. But like I said, be nice about it. So in conclusion, guys, you are going to focus on reaching out via technology and social media to really cultivate and master your communication skills to make some great connections. And remember, COVID itself should not be used as an excuse to stagnate and become antisocial. Think of this as a challenge. Challenge yourself to harness all of these tools at your fingertips to reach out to people, to spread positivity, to make some new connections, or to rekindle some old connections. Now, I know all of this is a huge bummer, but it is the reality of the situation. So you can either buck up, adapt, and grow from this, or plateau exactly where you are and remain bitter. But seriously, please do try to stay positive, you guys. I know it's hard, but this will not last forever, and you might as well seize the opportunity to learn and grow. I'd love to know if you've been dating during COVID or avoiding it completely, and how you've gone about it, and what are some good COVID date ideas. Please comment down below. Okay, that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share to show your support. I really look forward to talking with y'all in the next video. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Keep your expectations I'm trying to talk too fast. Oh my god. Oh. So you have a great date. You have great conversation. You're both wearing your masks. You probably don't touch. Oh my god.